All right, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Um, I should be back in a few minutes. Until then, if you want to check out the hold on. All right. And so yeah, I should be back in a few minutes. If you want to check out the scanners that I'm using here, I'll go ahead and post that link. Go check out Trade Ideas. Like I said, super customizable, dynamic scanners. Really make my morning much easier. And so if you want to use the same scanners that I do, take advantage. Shout out to Trade Ideas, really cool company. They actually allow me to stream my scans every day. And so here's the link if you want to check that out. What's up, guys? Okay, so like I said, I'll be back in a little bit. Today is my daughter's birthday, and so I will be back in a little bit. My son is throwing a fit. Hold on, I'll be right back. All right, guys. So it is my daughter's birthday today. Everybody come tell her happy birthday. It's my daughter's birthday today. What's up, Two-Way? What's up, man? So yeah, running a little bit late. Like I said, go check out Trade Ideas. Super cool dynamic scanners. Allow you to do a lot of different stuff on them. I don't know why my bot's not working today. I wonder why. That's weird. No. Here, hold on, guys.
Thank you.
I forced my daughter to say thank you. She's not happy about it. Say thank you again. Do it.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Thank you, guys. She's 10 years old, and she's acting like a teenager.
Dude.
My baby's getting so old. I call her teenager over here. All right. Happy birthday, sweetie. Love you. All right. So, now that I embarrassed my daughter out of the way and my job is done there, let's see what we got moving today. We got KOOL, which it's honestly been a long time since I've seen KOOL. Look, they said Feliz Cumpleaños. You know what that means?
Happy birthday.
That's right. It does. Happy birthday.
Duh.
All right, we got KOOL moving here. It's been a while since I've seen this one move, but it is moving some. Former runner. See, look, they remember. She's sitting here looking at everything. No, I didn't. I figure I would spare her that on her birthday. But I did sing her happy birthday at 6 a.m. this morning. And so, you know.
It's still kind of like the wake up song.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it was like 6 a.m. I woke her up and sang her happy birthday. So I think, you know, mission accomplished there. All right, and so we got KOOL moving here. We got MGI.
Daddy, can I have something else?
What, buddy?
Can I have something else instead of the egg?
No, we're eating eggs, bud.
But I just want something else. Eggs.
You want cereal?
What?
You want cereal?
Yeah, but some cereal, the flavor that I like. Eggs.
All right, guys. Sorry, my son's over here demanding a different breakfast. I cooked them eggs this morning, and it's still not good enough.
Oh, I saw him. He grabbed the pretzels.
All right, guys. So, like I said, we got MGI. Let's go ahead and look up some news up. I think Two Way helped us a little bit with news this morning. Appreciate everyone who told my daughter happy birthday. Yeah, she is 10 years old. I call her teenager now because she acts like one. Morning squawk. Wall Street was set to extend Monday's modest gains as U.S. stock futures pointed higher ahead of the Tuesday open. Let me go ahead and flex on everybody with my reading skills. The Dow and S&P 500 have now erased more than 70% of their May losses during June, with the Nasdaq regaining about 60% of its May decline. So basically, the market's rebounded nicely, end quote, per Two Way here. But yeah, market's looking pretty good. If we look at SPY, the SPY here, the SPY's looking pretty strong. It's up to 291.50s at its highs, and its lifetime highs are at 295. So we're less than $4 away from lifetime highs here in the SPY. And so a really significant move here. We also have MGI at this top chart here. And like I said, MoneyGram enters strategic partnership with Ripple. Ripple has made an initial investment of $30 million in MoneyGram equity, a float of $27 million. I have used MoneyGram before. It's basically a copy of Western Union from but for Walmart. And yeah, it works. You know, I've used it before. We also have JAGX here. Nice gap up, big move here, nice push here, gapping up from 560s to 628. But it already gave back most of its gains here for JAGX, and I have traded that one before. This one is Jaguar Health, and they announced the completion of a pilot study in dogs in support of a future clinical investigations evaluating the treatment of non-infectious diarrhea in human cancer patients receiving tyrosine kinase inhibitors. End quote. Yeah, that was a tough one there. And like I said, we got KOOL here. KOOL looking pretty good here. Not looking too shabby. Thermogenesis, they received Health Canada approval of its next generation of AXP2 system in cord blood processing, float of 1.68 million. And then we also have GTHX. Thermogenesis received Health Canada approval of its next generation AXP2 systems. BIOC. We also have this one, BIOC. Gap up, but this one looks like a high float stock for a penny stock. The float looks large, according to the level 2 here. Biosep announces a commercial launch of the target sector NGS breast panel, the company's second multi-gene tumor-specific panel, float of 17 million. Yeah, I don't know where two-way got these news releases from. But we also have BYNG in the big cap world. BYNG moving up to 195.90, almost to 200. Popped over 200 for a split second, and now it's back down. We also have CRWD. CRWD looking pretty good here, gapping up to 72.30s. But my main watch is SK, AMD, MGI. We got GTHX. We got PHAS. Look, all pretty good. So I'll probably keep an eye on these. PHAS is Phase Bio, and they announced positive prelim results from Phase 2A clinical trial of the reversal of the antiplatelet activity. I don't know what this is saying, man, but positive Phase 2 results for PHAS of the reversal of the antiplatelet activity of ticagrelor in older and elderly subjects. 13 million. Nah, hate reading those. All right, all right. All right. Let's get this all rolling here, guys. Like I said, shout out to Trade Ideas. Really cool company. Allows you to do a lot of different stuff. And so go check out Trade Ideas. I'll post that link here as well if anybody wants to check them out. As you probably saw yesterday, I appreciate that, Tarhay. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, bro. All right, guys. But yeah, like I said, shout out to Trade Ideas. Really cool company. I'll post this link here. There it is right there. Go check them out. Super dynamic scanners, really customizable, allow you to do a lot of different stuff with these scanners, and you can build your own scans around different strategies. Super dynamic, customizable. Honestly, in my opinion, they're the best stock scanners in the game, and it's a great way to help support our channel as well. And so there's the link for Trade Ideas. Go check them out. And we should have Mitch in here, I believe. We should have Mitch in here. Wait, did I launch 2 of these? There we go. What's up, Mitch? We got Mitch in here. All right, guys. I'll be right back. I got to It's my daughter's birthday. She's about to go to camp today, and so I'm gonna go tell her bye, and I'll be back.
I got you. No
Okay.
stress.
Mitch is here. We'll have Mitch hold it down.
What's up, everybody? What's up, family? How we doing out there? Lovely Tuesday. Getting my coffee started here, finishing up here. Ready to start the day. Get back in the hot seat. I've been going through a little bit of a rut, but just got to get back in kind of in the green and get back in the mess of things. And one of the things I've noticed is just kind of just take it easy. I've been having a little bit of a hesitation on certain trades, especially early trades. If I see my pattern, I want to go ahead and take that trade. One of the worst things we can do really is hesitate. We want to set ourselves up with a system. Remember that we're trading a system. It's not that we're particular lucky or that we're better than somebody. We just got to trade that system. Go back to what got us our green in the first place, and that always gets us right back into the profits. All right, so let's see what we got today. Anybody see anything they like particular? I see Cool up there, MGI. Zizan is also another one that's also famous. Let's see how Snap's on here. All right, Snap looks like an interesting chart, Looks like it's trying to break out through that 14. Has a total range here about near $1 in the last couple of days. So going to be an interesting watch. I'll definitely add Snap to the watch list. Mike, you said you're in MGI. All right, there you go, MoneyGram. The MoneyGram doing good here. We'll have to check it out. Let's check out the news on that one. I'm sure there's some good news on that one. Let's see what two-way brought up here. MoneyGram enters strategic partnership with Ripple. Oh, that's interesting. Ripple has made an initial investment of $30 million in MoneyGram equity. All right, there you go. Definitely some support there for MGI. My short CTRV. Yeah, man, this is one that's been in play for the last couple of days. A lot of people watching this. Man, look at that turnaround on CTRV. Holy crap. You see this one trying multiple times to get to 15. Yesterday, it actually made its way to 15. One of the biggest things is we actually brought up this move pre-market on Monday, yesterday. We said that it could definitely make that move and drive towards that 15 area. And where did it go? It went directly to that 15 area. This is why we use technicals. We talked about this yesterday morning. We weren't able to trade CTRV, but definitely a hot stock. And look at that. It drove yesterday to that 15 and today quickly rejects all the way down there to $5. You can tell this stock is definitely being manipulated and a crazy stock to trade. Oh, that coffee's on point this morning. All right. See what we got here. Any other stock you guys want me to check out? I see BIOC. All right. This looks interesting. Just needs to get some volume. You want to see this stock start getting some pretty good volume, and then you can get it to start ramping up again. MGI double topping. Let's take a look. When I see these kind of moves, I like to pull it up on a 5-minute, show me a little bit more of where the collection is. All right, guys, I'm seeing support down there to the 319s. Hold on a second, my crazy microwave. This microwave does not play. So how many of you guys out there trade bull flags and bear flags and bull pennants and bear pennants? Does anyone out there trade these kind of strategies? There you go. Got someone all the time. Well, you know, one of the great things is they definitely show up all the time. You know, it's one of the most common patterns out there in trading is a bull flag or a bear flag. I'm going to be coming out with a bear flag video just after trading. Let's see if we can go ahead and get that up, but should be coming out today. A really great video, a lot of examples on bear flags and how I attempt to trade these. A lot of it has to do with the rule of three, and you guys will get a good class on that today. So definitely take a look at that later if you haven't. All right, guys, let's pull this up. Getting this trade ideas scanners up. Getting ready for the day. All right, let's see the overall market. There you go. Overall market looks strong today, guys. Looks like we had a strong reversal around 5 a.m. Finally holding above this 290. The SPY kept not wanting to break that 290. I'll definitely be watching that one. You do the orb. All right, opening range breakout, bull flag, panic pop short, and the rubber band. All right, I like it. I like it. You know. Well, with the SPY holding the way it is, guys, it's definitely going to be one of those days to watch stocks that have gapped up. As you see, a lot of stocks gapping up. Stocks like AMAT, MU, QCOM, all these stocks have really bounced up and gotten some big momentum in certain ways. A stock that's really up, I've been taking more look into it, is Hertz. HTZ is a stock that, you know, I've been fighting a little bit, but really I shouldn't be. You know, they came out with some interesting news. They came out with a kind of a car sharing service. HTZ did. And HTZ, you know, we all know is a car rental. It's Hertz. They have a lot of cars already in their kind of their industry. So what they're doing is they're kind of using their cars now to put out a service that you can rent essentially through a monthly subscription service. And so you're going to pay $1,000 to $1,300, and you're going to be able to rent a vehicle with them and continue trading in that vehicle every week if you like. Of course, this includes insurance and other things. So essentially, they're getting in the ride sharing business versus, you know, we have Uber and Lyft. They kind of is a driver driving you. The new services that are going to be coming out and pushing are kind of borrowing cars. Why can't we just borrow people's cars and use it up? And this is what Hertz is going to provide for us. They're going to have cars available for you. You can rent a car for a month if you need it for a month, and let's say you don't need it for the next month, you can go ahead and just not rent it. Interesting news, giving that stock a crazy lift. That stock was really getting hurt, coming back down to the 14s, and now coming back to it's pretty much its strength point. The strength point on Hertz is really $20. $20 is where it's usually rejecting, and around that level. All right, let's see what else we got here. See anything on the downside here? All right, guys, I'm looking at an ETF here that looks like it's a pretty good trade. It's a DWT here. DWT. It's a velocity shares 3 times inverse crude oil. So it's an inverse oil ETF. And what I'm seeing here is a very good pattern play. Has consistently done fades or kind of VWAP bounces, and it has a pretty good range there. It's usually around 20 to 40, 60 cents. Definitely one that I'm going to keep an eye on. I haven't seen an ETF move this consistently in a long time. I usually don't trade ETFs because they have a lot of fake outs, but this DWT, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add it to the watch list. There you go. You swinging the inverse of DWT, UWT. I'll check it out. DWT, UWT.
All right, guys, I am back. Sorry it took so long. Like I said, it is my daughter's birthday today. It is my daughter's birthday. And
Hey,
so,
John, I'm bringing up an ETF here. No, you
uh-oh,
don't hear me say that often.
uh-oh.
You can check these ones out. They're called UWT or DWT.
Yeah, I've
One's
seen
the
these.
inverse and short version, and these are oil plays. So
Yeah, I've seen these before.
they kind of move very. I mean, they VWAP fade or VWAP bounce. Uh, you can look at it over time, and there's not many fake outs. That's what I'm trying to see. I like to see that there's a holds range, even if it goes above VWAP, it's kind of still holding within the range and holding within the pattern. And you see that very often in this, in both of them. whether
Yeah.
it's the long side one or the short side one.
Yeah, UWT looks like it holds fades a lot better than bounces, but fades look good.
Yeah, they actually look pretty decent there. I mean, they're not the biggest fades. They're like 20 or 30 cent fades. But hey, those can consistently make you, $200 to $300 a day. And I don't know about you guys, but I'll take the $300 a day.
Right. I don't know if anybody caught my video I put out yesterday, but yesterday I actually rebounded and ended up being up on the day $212. Let me see. I can't remember what stock. I think I was trading. No, not CBC.
Chewy,
Chewy. That was
chewy.
it.
You got the fade that I wanted to get.
I got it. And
I
this is what
got
I
faked
was.
out, and then next thing you know, you nailed it.
Right, and this is what I was talking about in the video, which is that if I clear the drawing set for Chewy right here, let me put it on the top chart because the top chart's a little bit easier to see. But if you look at Chewy here, what I really do with these, and something I've noticed trading fades a lot, is that whenever a stock puts in a really high level like this, so if you look right here, whenever a stock does this, why does it always? I don't want it to be. I want it to be. There we go. There we go. So whenever a stock puts in a really high level like this and then gets rejected, then a lot of times it's going to end up washing out. And this is what I've noticed a lot of times with fades. And so another big thing here is you can see the consistently lower high, lower high. And so it's putting in lower high, and then it really just washes out because everybody senses that weakness. And so that's what I scaled into this one. I scaled into this one with 2,500 shares. So a really big sizing, probably took some unnecessary risks. And that's the kind of thing I do when I'm trying to keep a green streak alive. And I really don't recommend it. But like I said, whenever you see a stock put in a really obvious high like this and then get rejected and then come all the way back down, then it's just I can sense the weakness, and that's what I was really attacking. See how many of these are tradable. So yeah, I looked at my account already this morning. My account is at a nice comfortable $408.20 in profits in my account. $408.20 in profits. So I'm starting to get up there. My goal is to make over $1,000 in net profit, and so we'll see. And then I'm going to do a withdrawal if I do get that. So I'm kind of excited. We'll see where that goes. But yeah, we're getting there. I got some. I at the very least, I have some room. And so let's go ahead and upload these. I can go ahead and upload, just so you guys can see me do it here. I'm gonna go ahead and upload my graph from yesterday, my trades from yesterday, into TraderView. And if anybody has TEFs, this is how you do it. So let me make sure you guys can see this. Okay, yeah, y'all can see this. And so this is how you do it in TEFs. You go to trade, you go to historical data, you go to trades, you select your account, and then I want to upload yesterday's trades, which was the 17th. And so I just click filter, and those are all my trades from yesterday. And then I click export. I can name these 615, and that's it. And then when I want to upload it to TraderView here, I just go to import trades. Choose the file. I find that 615 file that I just named right here, and then I just click upload. Refresh, and there we go. A beautiful little $328 gain on Chewy. So not a bad comeback yesterday, but like I said, a little bit unnecessary of a risk. But let's see what my graph looks like after that one. Beautiful graph here. That was my second biggest gain in the last 30 days. Yeah. That was my second biggest daily gain in the last 30 days. So in gross profit, I'm up to $1,092 in the last 30 days. So not too shabby. I will take it. But again, I think I took way too much unnecessary risk in that trade. I think the sizing relative to what else I was trading yesterday was just off. And I think I let my emotions get the best of me. If I'm being honest and objective about it, I think, honestly, I'll put it this way. I don't think it was a great trade. I think my trade idea was correct, but if it wouldn't have been correct, it would have turned into a massive loss. And so I think that was the wrong way to approach it. And I think if I'm going to trade, I need to keep things consistent. And so during the stream, I'm going to try to use 1,000 shares today, 500 and 1,000 shares, because I've built up some profit, and that's the goal. I just want to be able to find a consistent share size, and like that's my next goal for this. And so we'll see what happens. But all right, I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to go grab my phone. What's everybody's main watch today? Oh.
Setting up here, guys, for looking at these oil plays. Looking like we're gonna get a strong oil. They're getting a bounce back. Europe coming out with news saying that they can go ahead and increase the stimulus to help support the oil, and also OPEC coming out with supply cuts extensions, trying to keep oil bouncing back here. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to let it bounce back. As we know, U.S. economy keeps coming out with negative news. This is what I got here. All five. Whoa. Echo. You there? Definitely be watching for the bounce in this one.
Yeah, man, and I bet I could. Let's see. I might have. Yeah, I bet I could put some decent gains in. I mean, the consistency's there. I think at this point, I just kind of have to go for it. Like I can sense my trading is getting a little bit better, and so I just need to. I need to just focus on, really scaling up and using bigger sizing. And I've come a long way. To give myself a little bit of credit, I used to trade 50 shares, and now I'm trading 300-400 shares, sometimes more than that. And so I just need to get to that consistent level. Oh man, I think I broke my ankle yesterday. So
Nice.
Yeah, man. We had a plumber here, and my kids were having like a sleepover, and so they kept asking me to come upstairs to bring them snacks. And so when I ran up the stairs, the plumber that was here is he's like a trader, and so he was looking at my computer setup and talking to me about trading, and I was kind of explaining him the YouTube channel, and I ran upstairs to show my kids something, and when I run up the stairs, man, I sprint up the stairs for some reason. I don't know why. I just sprint up the stairs, and I fell, and I banged my ankle on the stairs, man. And I woke up this morning at 5:30 this morning, and my ankle's just in so much pain I can barely walk. And so I'm guessing I probably sprained it, but there's nothing they can do at a hospital, so I'm not going. My wife keeps telling me to go, but hospitals are for wimps, Yeah.
Yeah. Yep, I'm going to be looking for that pullback on DWT. Also be using that UWT to watch the breakout. Could watch a breakout in that, whichever one looks like a better VWAP bounce or VWAP fade. Probably take that. How's the cannabis world? As supports for CGC. Let's see another famous one, ACB here. Yeah, looking like we're getting to support areas. Kind of really getting interested in these ACB, APHA, EMPH. That's another stock I'm going to keep on watch. I always watch that one.
Yeah, we had a good green day for most of the cannabis plays yesterday. CGC, Cron. I like a little bit different ones. Like I like CGC and CRON. You like ACB and APHA. They're both the same thing basically. They all move the same.
Yeah, pretty much. I like APHA because sometimes it just gets kind of, I feel like, ignored. Because it's usually a little tighter range move, but I feel like it moves cleaner. And so that's why I like to trade it.
Maybe. Yeah, I can kind of see that.
It's just tighter range. There's always a tighter range on APHA, but I feel like it's more readable. You don't get like a fake out, like a huge move one way and then a complete opposite direction. And that's why I try to play APHA. I think it's more readable. And when it's more readable, you can at least have less stress on the risk side of the trade and understand that the majority of the time, APHA is not going to go against you 60 cents. You can almost guarantee that. So as long as you can start trading the right way, use the right risk to reward in that stock, you can go ahead and continuously take risk to reward trades.
Right. Another one that we can actually trade today that has a huge range is PHAS. PHAS. Huge range. And it is tradable for us.
Check that out.
Any tips on not being able to pull the trigger? I mean, I think that it's just conditioning. I think when you do it over and over and over again, regardless of whether you win or lose, you get used to it. And I think especially like when you're first starting out or when you're scaling up, it's really hard to not hesitate. We actually have a class on hesitation.
Yeah, definitely one of the best ones, and it's you got to know your strengths and weaknesses as a trader. And that's really important to learn. Once you start learning your strengths and weaknesses, you can really work at them. One of my strengths is I can stick to a plan, but then one of my weaknesses is that when I hesitate, I have a tendency of creating FOMO, and that's really one of the kind of the negative sides to wanting to hit the opportunities. When you want to hit the opportunities, when you miss it, it has a tendency of creating a emotional effect within. And that's really what I need to control, get back under my wraps, and just trade the trades that you know how to continuously do. So you got to take the trades based on the pattern and system that you're going to trade, and not based on a judgment of being right and wrong.
Yeah, there's the link in the chat for the class on no hesitation, on hesitation and trading. Like I said, really good class.
I'll be right back, guys, before the bell.
Okay. Yeah, we actually review Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas, right? Mark Douglas, I think, is Trading in the Zone. Yeah, really great book. We actually reference those a lot in our classes as well. But again, like what I've noticed helps with hesitation is there's a few things, right? One of them is the sizing you're using. If you're using too big of sizing, you're going to be way more hesitant to get into a trade. And that may be a good thing or a bad thing, but the sizing that you're using plays a huge factor. Okay, and so if you're having trouble getting into your trade, then maybe scale down a little bit in size. And if it's easier to get into a trade and you're doing better, then stick with that share size until you're more comfortable and more confident in your strategies. The other thing is conditioning. Just doing something over and over and over again will condition your brain to do the right thing when the time comes. You know, the more often you do it, the easier it becomes in the future. And so just conditioning your brain to do the right thing is important in trading. It's one of the biggest things in trading, in my opinion, is just kind of conditioning yourself through repetition to do the right thing over and over again. That is my suggestion for it. We also have Snap today, SNAP, Snapchat, gapping up nicely here up to 412. Effectively filled the entire red day from yesterday. It had a pretty big red day, and then it rebounded all the way today. All right, guys, we got less than 5 minutes. Let's do this. Let's get all set up. Like I said, I got a really nice $400 and $408 in profits in my account. Effectively in profits. Gonna continue moving here, see what we can do. But yeah, pretty pumped about it. We'll see if we can keep the green streak going. I think it is. I'll have to count. But I think today is, or I think yesterday was my 17th green day in a row. I think it was my 17th green day in a row. I'll have to look at the chart. But regardless, if it's my 16th or 17th, I'm pretty pumped about that number. You know? Let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I'm going on 18 green days in a row today. If I can finish today green, that is 18 green days. Easily my best green streak ever. And I think my best previous green streak was 12, if I remember correctly. It was either 12 or 13. So not too shabby. Oh, absolutely, Hannah. And like that's what I said. If you were here earlier, you would have heard me talk about it. I even talked about it in the video, which is, what did I say, guys? Didn't I say I think it was actually a bad trade? I think it was the wrong move, and I think it was way too risky relative to the other trades I took yesterday. And so, yeah, definitely wasn't the right trade. Definitely think it was a bad trade, in my opinion. So, yeah, I mean, I'm honest. I can be introspective and understand when I do stuff wrong. And yesterday, I definitely made the wrong move. All right, guys. Well, we got 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Let's do this.
Got a little troll in here.
Huh?
A little troll. Had to delete some messages.
What do you say?
Oh no, it was just randomness, like shapes and symbols.
Oh, well. Just ban them if they keep doing it. Oh,
there it is.
Here, I got it.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. I mean, that's the great thing. I can just ban.
The hammer.
And it feels so good to be king, you know?
Put the hammer on him.
Look at BYND here, man. BYND. Look at this thing, man. This thing's up to 200.
That meat.
That's Arabic?
Talking about that meat. Uh-oh. I see some Red Sox Yankee fighting over here.
Uh-oh.
What they don't know is they're both going to lose. When the Rays, the Tampa Bay Rays, with one of the worst payrolls in the major leagues, wins the East.
I mean,
I'll
all I'm saying All I'm saying is the Astros are just going to take everybody. And so, whatever y'all think, Astros are going to dominate this year.
Hey, I'm going to call it out right now. I got the Rays for the World Series, and no one would even put them to have a winning record this year. So, cheers to that. Putting it out there.
Yeah, Drunk Mitch is back. There's the bell. There's the bell. Moving on to more
Let's do this, guys.
All right, let's do it. All right, we got AMD pushing up here. Let's see what we get. Man, my computer sounds like a spaceship right now.
Taking it off.
Yeah, man. These fans are working. We got AMD pushing up nicely here. We got BYND with a pretty big washout. Cron dropping. We got CGC dropping.
Quick flush in that UW and DWT. Huge spike right quick in UWT.
Nice two-way. That was quick, man. Nice work, bro. All right, guys. So let's see what we get here today. We got a nice little drop on MoneyGram. I don't think MoneyGram is tradable for me. Unfortunate. All right, we got AMD washing out here, which may start to look better. Let's see if we get a moving average crossover. Not yet. But yeah, MGI, MGI is not looking too shabby there. We also got CGC, which is dropping. We got Roku with a massive drop here. Roku with a massive drop. The SPY is dropping pretty significantly as well. And honestly, the SPY was pretty strong earlier. But yeah, keeping an eye on AMD here.
Bullish sign on Snap. Good breakout there.
Cool dropping, Cool may even view up fade here. But I'm looking at CGC and AMD. I like AMD a little bit better. Let me remove some of these. Alright, so AMD might be a nice little setup here. Pretty tight range. If we can get it at 72, we could effectively use 77 as our risk. Maybe 80. I like 80 a little bit better, actually. So 67, 72. Alright, I'm in with 300 shares on AMD. 300 shares. Like I said, I'm just going to stick with 80 as the risk. It's pretty tight, but it's getting kind of close here, so we'll see what we get. But
going for a big VWAP fade, but only with 100 shares, CRWD.
AMD's getting pretty close here. I'm using that 80 level as my risk. I'm out. It touched it. Maybe jumped out too early. Small gain, small loss, $21. Maybe jumped out a little bit too early, but it looked like it's about to squeeze up, which it did. So I think that was the right exit there for AMD. Kept it very, very small. Only lost 7 cents a share with that one, so I'll take it. Just a quick squeeze back up here. Let's see what else we get today. We also got Roku here with a big push, but what's going on right now, guys, and what we're really getting caught in is the SPY. The SPY is rebounding here, which is what we're actually getting. The SPY is breaking these highs. And so that's kind of what we're getting here. The SPY pulling back up and reversing some. So maybe look for some VWAP bounces depending on what the SPY does here. Because if the SPY starts to creep towards these lifetime highs, then I'm definitely going to be a little bit more bullish in mindset. And so yeah, we are getting a few washout longs in the cannabis market. Look at that fake out here for AMD though. I could have used a different risk, but the risk reward wouldn't have been there, and so we're just gonna look for some more setups here. The market is completely turning back, and so whoa, look at that drop on the market, guys. So now's the time to look for fades. I retract my previous statement. With this monster flush in the SPY, just a huge flush, just dropped 40 cents in the SPY in less than 30 seconds.
A
Man.
quick stop out on that CRWD. Not knowing how to trade that range.
All right, so we got a lot of reversals here. I can start looking for fades with Roku. If Roku can pull back to 103.90s, I'll consider it. Very big range on that one, so I'd have to go with like 50 shares maybe with Roku, just because it's over $100 and it's got a pretty monster range. We also have SQ here, which may be a little bit better with regard to range, but it's not going to be as nice of a VWAP fade.
All right, started there. EMPH.
Snap might be a little VWAP bounce here, but it's a little bit too consolidation. It's a little bit too much consolidation.
Like AMRN. Possible. It's at my wrist. I'm out. Oh, not looking good for me again. Near my limit again for the day.
Don't stress it, bro. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. All you can do is scale down when they don't and try to scale up when they do.
It's not trading well right now.
All right, so I'm looking at Roku here. If it can pull back to this level here, which is 80, I could use a 15 as my risk, and so my risk would be 35 cents, and then my reward could be down from 80 to 10. So 60-cent reward. We also have SQ here, which I like a little bit more. Roku looks like it's going to flush before we get that chance. Maybe take a little trade here at SQ with the risk of 20. So 20-cent risk for SQ. something small like let's see. Well, glad I didn't jump in that one. That one squeezed up really quickly. So the SPY is back up here, guys, and the SPY is just ripping. It's up to 292s. So short plays may be a little tough to get into today, but look at the SPY. It's up to 292, and it's just a monster rip here with the SPY. I'm gonna look to long some stuff here because we might get a high of the day test for the SPY. Or the lifetime high test on the SPY. So we'll see what we get. If AMRN can pull back to that 19 level, I might consider it for a bounce play. What about AMD? AMD's pushing up with the SPY now. But yeah, I'm thinking we're going to get some rebounding here on the SPY.
All right, taking a VWAP bounce opportunity here.
On which one?
On Momo.
Okay. I might slowly start to scale into AMRN here. It is at 808, just to show you guys what I'm looking at. Jump in with 100 shares here on AMRN. Just looking to take it slow. See if we can get a bounce play back off of here. We could use a risk of about 19.99, 98 or so as our risk. And so that's reasonable. Only 100 shares. Disney killing it. Alright, so I'm right around my risk on AMRN. We're going to see if we get a bounce, but if not, very small $10 loss so far.
Yeah, I don't think that's a bad one. I was thinking about that one on the VWAP bounce.
And it's all about whether it holds this whole dollar. It's right around the support now, and so we'll see if we can get that bounce. It's up to 19. It's not terrible, and I'm only in with a few, like 100 shares, so very minor trade at this point. Probably taking it slow after yesterday's craziness, but I just don't want to get flushed down here, so we'll give it some time. Still pretty early. SPY's ripping though here. Honestly, I'd like to find a good, decent high cap stock that follows the SPY and try to get in a little bit early if it can give me a pullback. Because, like I said, I'm looking.
Sold a little bit there at 32. Made 150.
Because I'm ultimately looking for.
There you go. That looks nice for you, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to get in early with the SPY ripping like this. Because, like I said, the SPY starts to break these lifetime highs. I might jump in AMD with like 50 shares. Because SPY starts to break these lifetime highs. Then it's going to be pretty strong. And so I'm looking at AMD pullback to like 29.90 because that's what we're getting. And the SPY is going to get close to these lifetime highs.
Good rip there. Kept ripping. You just got that continuation. Seeing some strength in Kron.
Yeah, Kron looks kind of strong too.
EMPH ripped out. I'm glad I stepped out of that one.
Yeah, look at the SPY here.
5 or 6 cents, and it went up 40 cents. So definitely one to be careful about.
All right, so if AMD pulls back to like 06, I'll add to it and just maintain the same risk. Or not AMD, AMRN. Snap maybe as well. That was a little bit better of a bounce. But man, we're going to look for a pullback in the SPY. I don't think it's going to pull back that much. I mean, I think it might pull back some just because it's up so much already. But on pullbacks on AMD, I'll consider those. What kind of stock is CRWD? It's CrowdStrike.
It's CrowdStrike. Yeah, I got super stopped out on that one. Real quick with 100 shares.
All right, there's another monster pullback here for AMD, or for AMRN. I'm not going to hold it through this push. This is looking weaker and weaker as time goes on for AMRN. I'll let it bounce, but if it can, but I'm not going to force this one. Still a very small minor day, all things so far. But we'll see if it bounces up. I could add to it, but it's just looking too weak for me. This isn't paper trading. Hero. Cool fantasy order out for paper short. We're back up. Alright, well, we're back up for AMRN, which is looking good. Like I said, though, I think the SPY is going to keep ripping and it's going to test the lifetime highs today. I mean, maybe that's my dream, you know, but I think that's going to happen. We'll see. Now that we built up some more resistance above this, I might add another little 100 shares to this one. What's my entry here? My entry is 1907. Reasonable.
All right, I need Momos to hold 85s here. Don't want to see it knock down to 80s here. You got a good entry there at 85.
All right, so I'm in with 200 shares of AMRN now. Whoa. What was that, man? I know you're good, Hero. Don't worry, bro. You're alright, man. Alright, so like I said, I'd really like to look for a higher cap stock. You alright, bro?
Yeah, just something fell.
Oh.
Yeah, just something fell.
Alright, AMRN's looking weaker and weaker. I don't know how to trade this one. It's just a little bit different than I typically trade. It's just too low for me now. I'll give it time to bounce, but looking weaker and weaker. Yeah, I'm out. Alright, $40 loss on the day. AMRN, it's just a little sketchy. And honestly, that might be it for me today. I don't know if I'm going to continue to push, considering everything. We'll see. I think that was definitely the time to get out of AMRN, though. We could get AMD, but I just don't have a good entry right now. CRWD looks a little bit better for a bounce play, and maybe SQ too. It just depends. A little bit of a choppy day so far. I could also look at Snap here. It's been putting in a lot of resistance underneath it. Might get a little 100 shares in Snap here. Because I think if the market rips, Snap may rip too. Alright, 100 shares in Snap. We'll see if we get that rip up there. Playing it pretty small today, guys. I also like CGC here too. Maybe I'll get in CGC too. Let me try it. Alright, so I'm in 100 with CGC and 100 with Snap. We'll see if we get these bounces that I'm looking for. Both very small, very minor trades.
Let's see if I get my bounce. I've already taken 150. At least erased that EMPH loss.
Ooh, look at Snap. Sorry, brother.
No, you're good.
Snap is doing me wrong here.
She's snapping.
Yeah, man. He's doing me wrong. I'm only down $6, but it's looking worse.
Yeah. Trying to see Momo get above 32 here.
I mean, Snap did me right. She came back, you know.
That's how trading goes. You like it, the next moment you don't. Then after that, you're kicking it to the curb.
Yeah, now CGC's doing me dirty too, man. I don't know what to do here. I feel myself maybe forcing trades, and so I think I got to be careful here. I'm going to give CGC a little bit more time, and then I'll probably get out of it. But yeah, I feel myself just, these aren't the right trades. These aren't what I usually take. And so I can kind of feel it here. Not really the right moves. Yeah, 100%. Like I can feel it in myself. Like I can tell I'm just trading a little bit too much. And it's okay. Like it's still pretty small, all things considered. Like I'm only down $50 on the day, but I can sense myself just over trading. Like I can sense myself being unable to accept the loss I took today, and so I'm just trying to find anything that looks good, and I'm just jumping into it. I can sense it about myself, and again, I think part of it has to do with the green streak, but I think that right now it's just bad habits, you know. I'm in these with 100 shares, and so it's a very small trade both ways, but I can kind of sense the bad habits here. So we'll see what we get, but. Like the only trade I may take is if AMD pulls all the way back to pulls down below. That's the only trade I might even consider. Pulls down to like 20. If it pulls down to like 30, I'll take AMD. Oof, that was a brutal drop for CGC. Quick drop too. Wah, wah, wah. I'm trying to give CGC a little bit more time and really let it test this 16-15 level, but that's my break-even point, or that's my exit point now. And so I'm getting pretty close. CGC, like the spread is slowly getting worse and worse, but the ask is staying in one spot.
Yep, I'm probably gonna get stopped here.
Yeah, $31 loss on CGC. Like I said, I can sense myself just making the wrong moves in trading, and so I'm just gonna stick. This will probably be it for me here with CGC. I can just sense myself not doing the right thing, so I'm probably gonna hang it up and just accept the loss of the day. The only one I still may consider is AMD if it pulls back to like 30 or maybe like 30.10. I'll consider it for like a very small dip buy just in case the SPY starts breaking lifetime highs. That's the only reason I'm even considering that one, is if the SPY breaks lifetime highs, I want to be in some type of mid cap stock that's influenced by the market. All right, well, at least Snap is looking pretty strong here. You know, my little 100 shares in Snap is working. So Snap breaking lifetime highs would be ideal, but it's got so much resistance above it now that I don't know if I trust it anymore. Man, Hero getting personal over here with the U.S. market, man. Getting personal, man. Personal over there with the U.S. market, man. He's mad over there.
I looked at it. I was like, whoa.
I know, right? I was like, man, insulting, man. Wow.
He said, I don't like you.
Right, he couldn't just say, I don't like the U.S. market. You know?
No, he said,
disgusting. Whoa.
disgusting.
Personal, man.
It just has a tendency to be a little ahead of you. Remember, the market's usually 2 steps ahead, guys.
I mean, I like the U.S. market. I've been doing great in the market. And so it's my friend right now. When I'm not doing great, I hate it. You know?
That's how it goes, right?
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get a bounce here.
Oh, because my loss? I mean, my loss is $70. I mean, I respect the loss, but it's small relative to what I've been doing lately, so it's okay. Like yesterday, I made $212, so $70 loss is very reasonable to me, especially considering the sizing and everything else. So. Alright, so we're getting a little pullback on the SPY. We'll see if AMD gives us that same pullback here. But we'll see if Snap can run up a little bit here. Speaking of running it up, if you're interested in using the same platform and broker that Mitch and I use, go check out TradeNet. They currently have a sale going on where you can get their base package, the intro package, for $3.99, which, to put things into perspective, is ridiculously cheap. For that $3.99, you get $14,000 in buying power to trade with. So you can trade with a $14,000 funded account. Decent amount of buying power for a new trader. There's also no PDT rule. You can day trade as much as you want. And also, you may be asking how I can buy 100 shares of these stocks. The reason I can buy 100 shares is because my commission for these trades is like 0.006 cents per share. My commission for this trade I'm in on SNAP is literally like $3 total. So it's like $3 for a round trip. ridiculously cheap, and for that reason, I can take pretty small sizing and take the time to learn how to trade. I think there's a ton of huge benefits for new traders. It's very similar to a prop firm. But, like I said, commissions are pretty cheap. You don't have to follow the PDT rule. You can day trade as much as you want. As you can see by Mitch's screen, the commissions are pretty cheap, and the platform is pretty decent here. You know, if you look at this, it's a pretty decent platform. And like I said, all less than $400. I really don't think there's anywhere else in the trading world where you can find that good of a deal and actually be able to short stocks for that cheap. If you want to see me break down their pros and cons, and I do actually break down their pros and cons, here's the link. You can go check them out. It's a full walkthrough of them. Where I actually break down their pros and cons, because they do have some cons. I'm not going to be misleading. They do have some cons. And so go check that video out if you want to check them out. And yeah, one of the things I do when I realize I'm over trading is I just trade really small. And that can kind of cause FOMO too, but...
Not underneath 3170s here. Now I got to completely step out. Wow. I'm going to get stopped out for a cent too. That's going to be it for me today, guys.
Not to announce them necessarily, but I do get paid if you sign up. It's a great way to help support the channel as well. But yeah, I mean, I'm honest about it. We keep this YouTube stream free, and so everything we do here is free. And so it's just one of the ways we can kind of help support the stream. Roku pulling back to the VWAP here, looking pretty good. I don't know, guys. Don't stress it, Mitch. You'll bounce back, brother. I'm looking at Roku here. The only problem is that, like I said, the market's pushing up pretty strong here. Pretty strong. And so even with Roku rebounding all of this way to the VWAP, if I take it, it's just going to be very small size. I would have to use 50 as my risk, effectively $1. And so if I take Roku, it's going to be 25 shares. All right, so I'm in with 25 shares of Roku. We'll see how that works. Very small trade. Maybe I could scale into like another 25 shares or so for Roku. But again, I mean, I'm just trying to take it small here. Alright, so there's a nice little breakdown for Roku here. We'll see if we can get it down. Like, ideally, I'd like to see Roku get down to like 101.50. And then that way, it's like $1 gain, $1 per share gain. I make 25 bucks for it. That's like the ideal scenario. Mostly just side income now. I mean, I run this channel, and Mitch and I kind of give, it's like a resource and community that's grown pretty big since we've been pushing it. But yeah, I mean, it's not my only job, I'll put it that way. I do a lot of different stuff. I have an Amazon business. I'm a real estate agent. Yeah, I do a lot of different stuff, man. All right, well, Roku has quickly pushed up and given me some more money here. Not bad for a little 25 share count. We'll see what it does here at 102. Not too shabby here for Roku. Like maybe I'll add to it if it can push up, bounce back a little bit here for Roku. Maybe I'll add to Snap as well. Hey, well, thanks, man. We appreciate it. T. I'm just going to call you T. It's easier. But thanks, man. We appreciate it for sure. That's the goal, man. That's what we try to do here is just give people a good community. That's kind of the goal. Well, Snap does not look too hot anymore. Snap is not looking too hot. I might be able to add to Snap here, though, because, I mean, it is above my previous entry still. And I like the support here. And honestly, it's got a lot of resistance here at 24, so I could probably add to it here. Yeah, I think that'd be okay. 200 shares. Let's see if we get that pop up to like 40s or something. Oh, thanks, Two-Way. Thanks, man. Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. I'm just going to call you T. You know what I mean? I like T. I like the way T sounds. I'm just going to dub you T, man. You know? Not a bad little trade here for Roku with 25 shares, you know? I'm going to go ahead and get out of this now, too. I mean, a $15 gain for Roku. It's not bad, you know? If it pulls back, I'll add to it, too. Like, this is what I do if I feel like I'm over trading. I just trade small. Shaney, don't spam the chat. You're going to get banned if you do. Just a warning, bro. Yeah, I mean, especially with 25 shares with Roku. I mean, that's what I'm happy with Roku. I made it work with 25 shares. You know, I made $15 with 25 shares. Maybe could have gotten one bigger. It was a beautiful fade. I think somebody even called this one out. I want to buy a home in the U.S. Tell me how much price in one house. I mean, I don't know, man. Price is very dependent and relative to what state you're in, really. I'm in Texas, and here in Texas, I can get a really nice house for like $400,000, like a really nice house for $400,000. $400,000 in California, on the other hand, will get you like a studio 700 square foot apartment. You know what I mean? And so, it just depends on where you are, you know? But the big determining factor is that in California, you get paid a lot more. The median income is a lot more in California. So it kind of compensates for itself.
I was looking to maybe get in that PHAS at the 1350 level, but was looking for 1360s. Got too tight looking and didn't take the trade.
Don't stress it, man. You know, some days are your day, some days aren't. You know what I mean? It happens. I live in West Texas. Yeah, I'm in East Texas. I'm in Southeast Texas, really. And I mean, homes aren't bad. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I live in the Spring Woodlands area, so houses out here are pretty expensive. But yeah, I mean, they're not too bad. You know, they're not like the. I'm from Louisiana originally, and so they're about the same as Louisiana. Like they're not too bad. Some are better than others. Some areas are better than others. You know. But it's nothing compared to like I said, like California, New York. You know, I remember I went to New York to buy. All right, I'm probably gonna have to get out of Snap here. I went to New York to buy a lighter, and the lighter was like $12. Might have had something to do with it being at the train station, and I think everything's probably more expensive there. All right, we got Roku puller back here. I could add some sizing back to Snap, but I mean, this thing has just bounced so much already. Kind of a little dull day, guys. Like I said, this is kind of what I do when I'm too active. I trade small. That's the goal. Alright, so I could start thinking about Roku here again. Like I said, I'm trading pretty small here. I could add a little 25 shares back in anticipation of that level holding as resistance. Maybe. I could also add some more to Snap, which I don't know if it's the right move or not. Like I said, I'm just trying to keep it pretty slow here. You know, the green streak can't go on forever, and so I can't try to force it. Yeah, I mean, Roku, I could, like I said, this is the level I'm kind of watching. If I got into it, my risk in Roku would be like $103 or so. So my risk would be like 70 cents, which is why I'm taking a pretty small sizing in it. Snap extremely choppy. Yeah, I mean, the good thing about AMD here is that it at least put in some solid resistance areas at like 30.75. You know, so at the very least, it's put in some resistance there. We'll see if it can kind of maintain. Maybe add a little bit of sizing back to Roku here. Now that's back up to my level. We're getting a scoop back here. Like I said, I'm going to jump in with like 25 shares. I'm not going to go crazy. Alright, so I just shorted 25 shares in Roku. Right around the top there. We'll see if we could get that level to hold. Like I said, $1.03 level. I'm only risking a very small amount in this Roku trade. We're just going to look for it to come back down. It's a very small minor trade. Like I said, 25 shares. So keeping it pretty slow and small today. Not trying to take any extraordinary risks or anything. Nice little move already in Roku here. I'd be kind of kicking myself though, because if this was a real trade, I would have made like, I don't know, $100 on it. But it is what it is. We'll see if we get the flush. Maybe I could add to it here too. I like Roku here. I like to at least to pivot back down to 102. I don't know if it will, but I like that area for Roku. And so I'm not super opposed to adding to it. Like, I'll consider adding to it. Maybe too late now though. All that time he spent making another account just to get banned. All right. Well, we got a few little toying trades here. Yeah, I mean, low volume might actually be good for me here, though. We'll see. Like I said, this is kind of one of the ways where I keep myself from over trading. You know, I keep myself from taking too much risk. If I feel myself starting to overtrade some, I just buy 25 shares. I just buy pretty small shares. That way, all right, we're down to 23s here. But yeah, I mean, both of these trades, I'm risking extremely small amounts of money relative to what I usually do. AMD's getting that pullback here, and the SPY's pulling back some as well. And so this could be good and bad for me. I could get an entry with AMD, but it also might be bad. Yeah. I mean, all I'm really doing right now... yeah, but I mean, like I said, my commissions are like $3 or $4 per round trip. And so I don't think they're going to eat my account. Plus, like I said, in my account, I'm up like $430 or something like that, $330. And so I'm up a decent amount in my account. It's just a way for me to, like I said, it's just a way for me to eliminate some of that risk that I feel myself when I start to force trades. And so this way, instead of over trading, I mean, like I said, me buying this trade in Roku, the trade's going to be like $3 for this complete round trip. It's going to be like $3 in Roku here. Not bad though. Not bad little toying trades on Roku here. Both of them have worked out well. We'll see if we get this bounce on Snap. But yeah, like I said, I mean, this is just kind of one of those things where if I feel myself starting to overtrade or force trades, I just trade really small. That way the risk is kind of eliminated, or the risk is down a little bit from it. Instead of trading big size and just taking a bunch of unnecessary risks, kind of like I did yesterday. I'm just trying to trade small and just take it slow today. Not force anything too crazy. Just one of the ways I kind of protect my account a little bit. All right, well, we got a little bit of a bounce back in Snap here. And I will say this, though, Hannah, you've been pretty negative today. Earlier, you kind of got on to me about my trading yesterday, which is understandable. But then when I trade small, you say the commissions are going to eat my account. And so to be honest, it just kind of seems like you're a little desperate to criticize today. And that's okay. I can handle constructive criticism. But, yeah, man, we're just trying to be happy over here, bro. All right, so we're going to move up in both of these. Roku, luckily, it's only 25 shares. And so I could add to Roku here, but with this squeezing up, if it puts in a higher high here, I just got to be very careful. Luckily, it's only 25 shares. All right, and this is where I really got to watch out for Roku. I don't think he's a hater. I mean, he might be. I don't know. Squeezing up. Yeah, I think I'm going to use this 95 level as my risk. I mean, it put in this higher high, so I kind of agree with you. Maybe I'm letting it go too long, but I mean, it's 25 shares. Kind of a joking around trade. If it breaks this new high, I'll probably end up jumping out of it. I mean, it could be a she. I don't know. I guess I assume since most traders are male. Like I said, I'm going to let it get pretty close here, and I'm going to go with this 95 risk level, which is getting pretty close. I'll probably have to exit pretty soon, but I think that level is solid. No, I understand, Hannah, like I said, but my only request if you're going to be on the stream is just everything you say shouldn't be negative. You know what I mean? And like, I get it. You're trying to be helpful, and I understand it. But like I said, you know, in one post you're saying I took too much sizing yesterday, basically, and then in today's your first post you said I took too big of sizing yesterday, and then today you're getting on to me for using too small of sizing. And so, like I said, it just kind of seems like, all right, here's my risk, getting pretty close. Again, I hope you guys can see. It's 95, 94. Getting pretty close here. I'm probably going to exit right here. I can see the level 2. 93. 90. Alright, so it rejected off of that 95 level. But yeah, no stress. Listen, I'm okay with constructive criticism. All I was going to say is that I think both your criticisms today kind of contradicted themselves. All right, so this is why that level was my risk. And so now we have a very obvious risk level. So like I said, 95 is my risk. It got up to 99, but never on the bid or ask. And so it was never super concerning for me. But that's why that level was my risk. Probably the whole dollar is what it got rejected off here. But, so we'll give it some time. Am I a day trader or a scalper? A little bit of both. Alright, and so like I said, for Roku, we do have this very obvious level to base it off of now. And so we'll see if it holds above or over the VWAP. That's kind of what I'm looking at right now. And we're going to look to see if Snap will ever break out of this range. But I can keep my risk pretty tight here. I could even add to my trade here for Roku. And again, it has such an obvious top here, right here, that I could effectively use that level as my risk. But I probably won't add to it. Let me see where my entry is. My entry is 31. No, my entry is 44. So not too bad. We'll see if we can get some moves down to under the VWAP. That's kind of what we're looking at now. But it's interesting. Both of these trades are kind of mirroring each other. They're both the same. Unrealized loss and gain. They kind of compensate for each other. I swing trade some, not as often as I day trade for sure. Mostly day trader. Alright, we're back up there to Roku. It's squeezed up pretty quick here. And it's putting in higher highs, and it also looks like a somewhat of a triangle. And so, got to be very, very tight here. Alright, I'm out. Got a little bit too close. Maybe it's going to get rejected, but it looks like it's just going to squeeze up here. So still $62 down on the day. That's completely fine. Like I said, the reason I'm taking such small sizing is because I'm not trying to take any crazy risks here. And maybe I got faked out with Roku. We'll see. It's right at that 295 risk level. But I'm not trying to take any kind of crazy risks. I'm just trying to trade small on the day. What's up, Wheel? Wheel. What's up, Wheel? I'm just going to call you Wheel. What's up, bro? Nice job, man. And like I said, anybody wants to check out the same broker and platform that Mitch and I use, like I said, you can get the intro package for $3.99. There's a lot of huge benefits for new traders with the intro package. One of them is that you get to trade with 14,000 in buying power. So you get 14,000 in buying power to trade with. There's no PDT rule. You can day trade as much as you want. And one of the, people are saying, how can I use such small sizing on here? How can I trade so small? One of the ways is because commissions on TEFs are 0.006 cents per share plus fee. So it equals out to about 0.0075 per share, which is ridiculously cheap. And like I said, that is, if I buy 300 shares or less, my commissions total is like $4 or $5 total for a complete round trip. And so ridiculously cheap commissions. And that's one of the ways I can use such small sizing. And again, I think that most of the time, new traders are going to lose their account anyway, their first account. And so with TradeNet, it's just a much cheaper option. And I think most traders are going to lose their TradeNet account as well, but it's just a much cheaper option. And so here's the link if you want to check that out. If you want to, like I said, you can actually short on TradeNet. There's a lot of huge benefits. Decent platform, no PDT rule, 14K in buying power for their intro account, and actual shorting ability, which is extremely rare for that small of an initial payment. And so go check them out. There's the link. That might be so. IB made cheaper. IB may be cheaper. But you have to follow the PDT rule. Alright, we'll CGC. Oh, no, I'm not in CGC. I'm in Snap. There we go. Alright, so we're up to 40s. We'll see how big Snap can get here. We'll see. Ideally, honestly, we're looking for a break over this previous high at 41. Up to 50 would be preferable. So we're up to 41 here. I guess I could take 100 shares off here. I'll give it that chance. There's 42s. See if we get the breakout here. There we go. All right, so I sold half of Snap. Finally got the breakout. I like the ad there. So I sold half. Still have 100 shares left. No, most of the time finance. It's just most of the time technical analysis, not much fundamental analysis. Not a bad little move there. The next thing we want to see is we want to see Snap hold this level as resistant or as support now. So you can see all the confirmation in this level here. We want to see that level hold. There's 46. 47. Like I said, we get up to 50, I'll take the rest off. Honestly, I'll probably end up getting out the rest here. I like that gain. Decent little $30 gain. I'll take it. $27 gain on Snap. Maybe got out early, but I like the move. That's the move I was looking for, essentially. So out of these last few trades on Roku and Snap, up about $30 gross from those few moves. Still $42 down, which is honestly a very reasonable thing to be down on. I'm looking at Cron a little bit better here now that I have a little bit more room. I'm going to start looking for 100 shares of Cron. And like I said, I don't mind slowly scaling into this one either. So in with 100 shares. Looking ideally for this level to hold right here is resistance at 89. And that's kind of the final place I'll add to it. So I don't mind adding to it as it moves up here. I like the resistance above Cron. And so we'll see if we get a nice little move here for Cron. Yeah, maybe missed out on a little bit with Snap, but I think I got most of the meat of the move here. I mean, my trade was based off of... This is the trade I made. So that's the range I took. So not bad. I'll take it. Alright, so Cron has a pretty shallow range here. I might add a little bit more now that the spread cleared up a little bit. So I'm in with 200 shares of Cron. Looks like a VWAP fade. We'll see what we get.
Just getting faked out there in Momo. Would have been a great gain, but instead a big loss.
It happens, brother. Alright, so I'm in CRO in here. Like I said, only in with 200 shares at this point.
Yeah, later, Hana. Yeah, that's my bell too. I'm done for the day, guys.
Later, brother. Don't stress it, man.
Another max loss for me. You guys have a good one.
Later, bro. Yeah, I mean, I'm not in Roku anymore. Roku squeezed up. I got out of it a long time ago. And like I said, if you look at here, I shorted it once. I ended up actually gross profits up for Roku. So I actually ended up in that one. We'll see what we get with Cron here. I do like Cron. And again, I don't mind adding it up to 300 shares and then giving myself about 15 cents of risk here up to, well... Honestly, realistically, I'd like to give myself about 10 cents of risk up there. And then we easily get 10 cents of reward plus more, usually about 2 to 1 up there. So I don't mind adding to it up to, like I said, really the VWAP at 89. Let's see what my risk is. It varies. Usually I'm trading, I don't know, usually I'm getting in with like anywhere between 300 and 800 trades. I usually don't stray from that too much. 300 to 800 is usually what I'm kind of in with. Today's a little bit smaller day because, like I said, I took a pretty big risk yesterday, but I'm only down 45 bucks, so it's just a very blah day, you know. Alright, so we are getting this move up. Like I said, I can add another 100 shares to this. And like I said, just keeping it pretty tight here. Gonna give myself really about 98 risk. And I like that. It's right up to the VWAP here. I could also give myself the whole dollar of 16. We'll see. But this will be my last trade for sure. Yeah, I mean, my month isn't too bad. Let me see. I mean, if I look at my trader view here, let's see. Last 30 days, I have effectively made $1,092 in the last 30 days. So not too shabby here. You know, if I would have used the average share size of 1,000 shares, I mean, of course I would make more. But I mean, I made over $1,000 in the last 30 days. So I'll take it. I appreciate it, finance. Yeah, man. I mean, like I said, I still have some stuff I have to work on as a trader, but I've definitely been doing pretty well lately. Like I said, if today would have been green, it would have been my 17th or 18th green day in a row. I can't remember which one, but I'm on a massive green streak right now, and I think that's part of the reason why I'm trading a little bit more actively. Is because I want to keep the green streak alive. And so, like I said, I want to keep it alive, but all good things must end. But this is just the longest green streak I've ever had. So I've never had a green streak this big. Like I said, I think it's 17 green days in a row. And so super pumped about it. Let me see. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 17 green days in a row is what the green streak is. So not too shabby. I'll take it. Again, though, I mean, I obviously want to keep the green streak alive, and then I think that influences my trading negatively in certain ways. We'll see. You know, with Kron here, it's still a little bit too early. I like it still. Probably use that 98 level, 97, 98 level is my risk. Let's see what my entry is. My entry is 85. And so my risk is about 12 cents. My reward, 20 cents or so. $0.22 maybe. So almost 2 to 1. Not quite, but a little bit better. The monthly fee is $15 per month. So it's $15 per month to use their platform. All right, so we are getting a squeeze up. Like I said, getting pretty close to my risk. Maybe just not a good day for fades, which is okay. Only $70 loss in the day if I do get stopped out here, but I'm getting pretty close. Pretty close. Gonna let it test, but it looks like it's getting squeezed up here. Gross. Stopped out, $82 loss in the day, and that's okay. Like I said, I made $212 yesterday. This is my first losing day, and I'm definitely done for the day. I'm not going to trade anymore, and so I'm pretty sure the green streak is over today. I can kind of feel it. It's just not. I'm not feeling trading right now, and so I'm definitely done for the day. $82 lost. Not a bad day. But the green streak is effectively over today, guys. Like I said, it was a fun run. Very fun run. Here's my graph here. It's going to be over after today. They don't let you upload today's trades, but it was a fun run. And, yeah, that's probably it, guys. I'm probably going to be done after today. So we'll see how it goes. Not a bad day. I'll take it. $80 loss is small, all things considered, and so we're just going to move forward. Green streak is over, though. Longest green streak in my career, 17 green days in a row. Definitely happy with it, proud of it. And so, just got to be able to accept the loss. Losses are going to happen. Losing days are going to happen, and I can't let this green streak make me build bad trading habits. And so that's the goal here. I just don't want to build bad trading habits. And so, yeah, that's it for today, guys. Good luck. Appreciate it, two-way. Thanks, brother. Yeah, man, it was a fun run, man. It was a really fun run. But yeah, no, if anybody's interested in checking out the same broker and platform that Mitch and I use, like I said, one of the ways I can use such small sizing is because on TradeNet, commissions are like 0.006 cents per share, and there's a $150 per trade minimum. And so if I use less than 300 shares, my commission is like $4, $5 total for a complete round trip, ridiculously cheap. There's also no PDT rule with their funded accounts, and it's currently on sale for $3.99. So for less than $400, you get $14,000 in buying power to trade with, no PDT rule, shorting ability, cheap commissions with small size, a trading course, access to their trading chat room, and a ton of other awesome stuff. And so if you want to check that out, great way to help support the channel. There's the link. Wait. What happened, Gaurav? You're a hater now? I'm so confused, man. But yeah, there's the link if you want to go check that out. Like I said, we'll see what happens with Kron, but my first losing day. It's kind of a sad day for me, but I'm happy that I went on the green streak in the first place. Also, go check out Trade Ideas. Super cool scanners, super dynamic, customizable, allow you to do a lot of different stuff with them. So go check out Trade Ideas. I'll post that link here as well. Really game-changing scanners, super dynamic, customizable, really real-time scanners. And so I'll post that link here as well. Go check them out. I gotta figure out what's going on with Gaurav, though. What's up, man? You're a hater now? Is that what you're saying? I'm so confused. What's wrong, bro? A regular viewer, now a hater. Wow, I'm so confused. Maybe I got faked out here for Kron. Maybe I should have given myself a little bit more risk. Yeah, we'll, like I said, really, if you rewind the stream, look back in the stream, for when I first start importing it. Let me see if I could find the time. Yeah, go back to 1:30 in. Go back to 1:30 in. An hour and 30 minutes in, and I actually import it live. Basically, what I do with TraderView is I can show you guys. So basically, what I do here is I go to Trade, Historical Data, Trades. Today I uploaded yesterday's, but as you can see, you can't upload today's in TraderView quite yet. See, it just won't do it. You can't upload today's. See, it'll have 0 trade records. So you're not actually going to get that until after the stream today, or until after the day ends today. But like for instance, yesterday's the one I uploaded. You can only upload them in week increments, but you just click Filter. There's my trades from yesterday, and then you click Export. And then you just name it, whatever, la da da da. I've already saved this one and uploaded it, and then you just click Save, and that's it. And then you go to TraderView, you click Import, and that's all you do. Yeah, I guess so, man. I'm just confused about what's going on. You know, I think honestly, I think Gaurav might be a little bit late. I think he might be behind in the stream, and he thinks Hannah is a hater. Um, and so I don't know. Yeah, I think he's probably just a little bit behind in the stream, and he's referencing my talk with Hannah, assuming Hannah is a hater, and that she's a regular viewer. And so, but I don't think anybody's hating. I think, like I said, I think it was constructive criticism on both parts. I think I was giving him or her constructive criticism, and she was giving me constructive criticism. And so I don't think we really got a hater, not that I see at least. Like I said, the big thing with trading, and this is what I get a lot, is that you'll get a lot of people that the best thing, it's hard to explain. Like people in something, trading does something to people where it makes them kind of know-it-alls, right? And I think anybody that has significant, I think anybody that has any type of, significant experience in trading understands the less they know. Understands that, you know, I think a naive new trader thinks they kind of know it all, and they'll try to say, look, I'm going to tell you this, and then it's going to do this, and I kind of know it all, and then watch this stock do this after I say it, because I know everything, and I'm just going to try to tell everybody, and if you don't trade like me, and you don't listen to my alerts, I'm going to get mad at you for it, and act like that's insulting. And I think somebody that has reasonable experience as a trader understands that just because something does not work for me doesn't mean it's not going to work for other people. And just because something does work for me doesn't mean it will work for other people. And I think that comes with experience in trading. You know, I think a lot of naive new traders, like I said, kind of have that know-it-all mentality to where their way's the only way and so forth and so on. And I think as you gain experience as a trader, you understand that it's all very subjective. Trading is extremely subjective. And so stuff is going to work better for certain people and it's not going to work as well for others. And if you kind of label it all one thing, like it only works for me, or it works for me, so it must work for everybody else, like I said, it's just a little bit naive thinking. And so I think that comes with experience. And like I said, on the stream, I get people like that here a lot. You know, I get people like that tell me to buy a certain stock, and then if I don't, they get mad at me, or people tell me not to buy a stock, and then if I do, they get mad at me. And so I think that's just human nature, but like I said, I think that reflects a very naive trader to a certain extent. And so that's the friendly advice I can give everybody on YouTube. But yeah, that's it for me today. The 17-day green streak is effectively over. I really doubt I'm going to get into anything else. Again, today's my daughter's birthday, and so I'm just going to go have fun, not focus on trading today, accept the fact that the green streak is over. Tomorrow's a new day, and we will see how that goes. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Oh no, Gaurav, you're okay, brother. Hey, appreciate it, Gaurav. Thanks, man. Yeah, have a good day, everybody. We'll see you all a little bit later. Good luck. Appreciate everybody. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Click the like button if you want to help support the channel. And, yeah, that's it for today, guys. So good luck. We'll see you all a little bit later. Oh, also, like I said, guys, go check out the walkthrough. I do have a walkthrough of TEFs and TradeNet here. And so if you want to see TradeNet's pros and cons for the intro package, I'll post this link here as well. Like I said, I really do break down the pros and cons. There's some great benefits to it, and there's some other not so great benefits. So there's the link. Good luck, and I'll see you all a little bit later.